All right, so hello. I'm actually putting my apron on, and it's actually not my apron. It's my granddaughter or my daughter Monica's. It's awesome. It's representative of Dia de los Muertos, which translates as Day of the Dead, the Mexican holiday tradition celebration for the passing of the loved ones. So it's a really cool apron, and it's awesome. It has pockets. But anyway, I'm actually in my daughter's kitchen because I am caring for my 6-year-old granddaughter Bella, and her friend Julia, who lives across the street, is visiting. They're playing Getting Wild while I was making homemade organic applesauce. It's on the stove. And now I'm going to make, this is not vegan. So you may want to cut me off now. I'm going to make ground wild boar patties. And as wild boar is kind of like a pig on testosterone, it would taste good with applesauce. So here's the brand. It's by a company called Durham Ranch, and it's really clean. Yeah, it's not fed grain. It's free-range diet, no antibiotics, no hormones, yada, 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 all that stuff. So I got this at Sprouts. So that's cool. And then I have all my spices, onion, and of course these are all dry spices. Dry spices, all organic, so I'm not going to go over everything, but I will tell you that I do have I don't even know what I'm throwing in here actually. I'm just kind of going through throwing some random spices that sound good. Once again, I'm not in my kitchen, I'm in my daughter's, and I'm so blessed. She's actually a professional chef, Le Cordon Bleu trained, and she has a catering company called Seasonal Creations. So shout out to Monica Little of Seasonal Creations in Orange County. But anyway, so I'm in her kitchen. So let me move the camera over here and we'll just start mixing this up. This is actually going to be very, very simple. So I'm going to angle it there. So here's my package of wild boar. I'm just going to start throwing spices in. All right. This is onion powder. And of course, in a perfect world, I would be doing diced fresh onions, but I don't have any because I'm not at home, but that's okay. And then this is parsley, which I thought would be nice. So I'm going to throw it in my hand, like, I don't know, maybe half a teaspoon. And then the cool thing with dry spices is you just go like this, crush them up more. Because what happens when you take them in your hands and you crush them like this, first of all, it puts in your amazing life force energy. And then it also releases the flavors of the dried spice. So that's why you do that. And then what's next? I don't know, some cumin, or as the Mexicans call it, comino. So a little bit of cumin spice, not too much of that because the kitties may not care for it. And then I've got some oregano. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to pop it open like this, pour some in my hand, and then I'm going to rub it together. See that? You just kind of rub it. And then what else do I have? I don't want to use that one. This is coriander, which I believe is another, I'm not quite sure, but I think that this is actually like celery root. But anyway, whatever it is, it smells good. So that's coriander. And then, what else do I have? I thought this would be pretty cool. This is Chinese 5 spice. I don't know what the 5 spices are. Let's see. But anyway, the point is fennel seed, cinnamon, anise, and white pepper and cloves, and everything is organic. So this is a really nice flavor. So I'm going to add some of that. So that's Chinese 5 spice. So I'll show you here in a second. You can see, look at all those spices. So you just kind of coat it, and then And then I'm gonna mix it up with my hands. My pan is heating here, so I better put it on low. And I've actually, the pan is heating on low. I'm using avocado oil, and the girls are in the background in the living room watching Baby, whatever it's called, about some little baby that's a man in a suit. So they're being occupied with that for now, and I'm cooking our dinner. So anyway, what you do is you just take the, hold on a second, bear with me, y'all. I'm not quite in my normal flow because I'm not in my own kitchen, but nonetheless, this is a great kitchen. So let me angle this just down slightly, like that. Okay, my hands are clean. Trust me on that one, please. So there you go. Look at, just start mixing it up like that. And don't be shy. Use your freaking hands, man. That's the best way to do it. Get in there. Share the love. Transfer your life force energy, the loving life force energy of cooking for your loved ones or yourself into the food. You know, one of the things my grandmother taught me was food tastes better when you put lots of love into it. So there's a lot of love in this food because I'm going to feed my beloved granddaughter and her friend. So I want to make sure it's full of my love. And of course you can, if you don't want to get your hands all smushed, they're not too bad. Then you can use like a spoon to mix it up. But you know what? We want to connect with the food here. So I don't know how much fat this has. It doesn't look like it has a lot of fat in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add just a little bit of olive oil. So hold on one second. Olive oil, olive oil. This is actually a Greek Kalamata extra virgin olive oil, Trader Joe's. So I'm just going to put a little bit just to add a little more fat in there. So it's not really, why would I add some fat? I'm adding some fat because I don't want it to be really dry. So there you go. The fat will actually moisten it up. And then I'm going to add, just because it has a nice flavor, and no, it's not organic, but you know what? It's just going to be a little dab. So it's Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire. Yeah, Worcestershire sauce. I could never pronounce that. So just a tiny smash dot, or 2 or 3. And I don't even know where I got that from. A smash dot? What the hell is that? Never heard of it. I think I just made a new word. Smash dot. I think it's a band. But anyway, so you mix it up again. And like I said, you could put anything you want in it. Whatever flavors. If you just want salt and pepper, then just put salt and pepper, which I actually forgot to frickin' do. So let me do some salt and pepper. So my hands are all mushy. And because I'm working with raw meat, I'm going to go wash my hands. So hold on one second, please. Here. Right. Here. Why did I wash my hands? As I go into the squat position. So you can integrate your body and do some exercises while you're cooking. So I'm in the squat position because I don't want to pick the camera up. I wash my hands because I don't want to cross-contaminate with the raw meat, okay? So I'm going to take the salt, Himalayan sea salt, and I'm just going to crack some in there. I'm guessing that's about enough. And then some cracked pepper. Oops, wrong way. There we go. See, I don't know how to use this either. It's my daughter's. I like it though. It's very cool. It's got different grades there, so you can crack the pepper. I better take these big chunks out because they're too big, and the kids might get their mouth burned. Sometimes kids don't like cracked pepper. It's kind of spicy. So that's good. That's good because it's for the kids. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to smush it up and mix it up again. And then I'm going to make these little patties, not balls this time. And then I'm going to fry them up. So here goes. Ruby. Sit. Yeah, good boy. Good boy, Oliver. I don't have anything for you, buddy. Here, let me show you Oliver and Ruby. This is Oliver. He's so precious. And the little black one is Ruby. Hi, Ruby. Ruby's really rambunctious. She's just a little puppy. Oliver's an old man, but he's very, very sweet. They're both very sweet. She's just a puppy and he's an old man. But he's got a long life ahead of him and lots of life force energy. So, of course, the beloved pets. Okay, so there it is. So now what am I going to do? Now I'm going to take it and I'm going to start shaping my little patties. Actually, I'm just going to do it right here. And then I'm going to transfer it over to the pan. I'm not going to make it real difficult. So the oil's nice and warm. You just want to have enough to coat the bottom and then maybe a little extra. Okay, so here's where my paper towels come in. Hold on one second. Make sure I'm all organized here. So, like I said, this is how you make like spaghetti balls, right? You start making balls. You cup your hands like this, like that. Cup, 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 roll, roll, roll. But in this case, we're going to make patties, like little patty cakes or little hamburgers, hamburger patty shapes. You can make them as thick or as thin as you want. This is about the size of the palm of my hand. So, let's see. That looks pretty good. Let me place that one in here. And once again, whenever you're working with hot oil, you want to be very careful and gentle. You don't ever want to just smack it in there because it'll splat hot oil, and you want to place it in gently, and you want to place it away from you, not towards you, just in case the hot oil jumps and burns the hell out of you. Okay, so hold on. There we go. There's that. Second one. Number 2. Not like in number two. The second one. You probably knew that. I don't know. That was my inner child acting out. Being playful. So once again, little pat, pat like this. Pat, pat. The dogs are in the background having a hell of a time. They're probably starving. I'm gonna have, based on the smells going on here. That one's a little bigger one. That'll be mine. Because I'm making this for our dinner. And then here's the third one that's gonna go in the pan. And truth be told, that pan's really not big enough. Well, it's perfect. I am thoroughly blessed with that pan. I'm just speaking to myself because if I had a bigger service in the pan, I could cook more of these up at the same time. But that's okay, it's perfect. So, there's a third one. I'll show you what this looks like in a minute. All right. So hold on. Bear with me, please. Let me go wash my mitts. AKA my hands. Mis manos. Almost done, girls. Are you hungry? Bella? Bella! Are you hungry? Okay. Maybe like 10 more minutes. Go. Perfect. Thank you. Okay. So, now that my hands are clean, I will show you what this looks like, okay? There, look at that. Oh, it smells really good. You know what, I always say it smells so good or it tastes so good, and I actually believe it does, and I feel that it does. So this smells so good. But I know, based on my experience in the kitchen, part of it is because of the spices that went into it, but specifically in this case, the Chinese 5-spice. That has a very distinct flavor, very rich and almost comforting, and it's combined obviously with the ground wild boar, so it does really smell good. And then as far as like the heat, think I have it too low, so I'm gonna turn it up. I'm gonna turn it up and I'm gonna put the phone down so it doesn't keep messing up and getting all squigglies. There we go. So right there. And all right. Yeah, there we go. A little bit higher. So in this case, it's probably on medium heat, all right? And you want to cook it fully through. I wouldn't eat pork. Well, there's a story around that. Eating raw pork is supposed to be really bad for you because you can get salmonella. I'll tell you what. I almost don't want to say it because I don't want you to take it out of content, or I don't want to misrepresent. But when the pork is high quality, pasture raised, no antibiotics, no hormones, you can eat it a little more on the rare side or medium rare because it's so clean. I've never gotten ill by eating pork that's a little undercooked as long as it's great quality. And I have eaten it more undercooked. But if you want, you can cook it longer. So anyway, let me flip this over. It really does smell good. Once again, very gentle. Oh, look at how cute that is. I'll show you in a second. See, it's already splatting up, so you gotta be careful. Oh yeah. How's that, huh? Can you smell it? Scratch and sniff. It smells really good. Anyway, so how can you tell it's done? Well, you can use a professional, formal meat tenderizer, or not a meat tenderizer, a meat thermometer, and you poke it in the middle of the meat at the thickest part, and then whatever the dial says, I think it's like 160 is supposed to be medium or something. I prefer my food, basically, my meat really rare. Just sear it outside. But because this is pork, I'm going to cook it a little longer. So if you don't have a meat thermometer, then what you could do is you can just touch it. Okay? Now, I don't know if you can see, but I'm pushing these down gently. Okay. I can tell by how this is bouncing back against the spatula that it's still soft in the middle, which would also translate as possibly raw. So I'm going to leave it in a little longer. And of course, the bigger piece is going to take a little longer. But once again, keep in mind that when you take it out of the pan, which I'm going to do soon, it will continue to cook. And if it continues to cook, there's a great chance it will dry out. So you're better off erring on the side of caution, taking it out of the pan earlier, letting it cook on the pan, in the plate, okay? So watch this. So here we have it. Yep. These are done. One there. Oops. That one flipped over on me. Come on, sucker. Would that be me or the meat? Look at how cute. Those are the smaller ones. Mine's a little bigger, but I'm going to take mine out as well. All right, now I'm going to turn the flame off for now. I'm going to finish making the other ones. But what I want to do is I'm going to show you something. Oh, hi, Oliver. This is Oliver. Look at that face. Say hello. Hi, Ruby. Come on, you little wild crack. Get over here. So this is Oliver. He's so precious. Look at, give it a kiss. Give it a kiss. All right. Anyway, So I've already plated those 2 little things, and what I'm gonna do, or those 3 little pieces, I'm gonna wash my hands real quick because I was petting Oliver's head, and you never know, right, Oliver? Don't take it personally, bud. And then I'm gonna come back over here. Yeah, camera crew would be really good. So, back over here, the 3 that I just finished making. They smell delicious. Now, see that bad stuff in there? No, not bad, not like bad, terrible, like badass. That's my homemade organic applesauce. So I don't want to date myself. Actually, it doesn't matter. I will date myself. I'll be 60 in July. Woo! 60! Rocket, sister! But anyway, what I want to say is, back in the day when I grew up, there was some saying, it was like pork chops and applesauce. If you were going to eat pork chops, you had to have applesauce with it. So this is ground wild boar. Why not have some organic applesauce? So let me get the spoon. And I'm going to just scoop some. Well, first I'm going to stir it. Also, if you noticed in the applesauce, I purposefully left the peels. Of course, after I washed the apples and dried them, I didn't peel the apple skin because most of the nutrition and valuable nutrients are actually in the skin. So I have taught myself and enjoy it, and I've taught my granddaughter to eat applesauce, homemade applesauce with skin on it. So you might see some of that. So let's go back down here and check it out as I top it. I'm going to top mine with some applesauce. A little bit there. Okay. So there's my my 3 wild boar patties with a little bit of applesauce on that one. And of course, this would not be, it would not be, how do I say, apropos. It would not be appropriate if I did not take a bite of this beautiful concoction that I just made. So, but before that happens, you gotta do this, brothers and sisters. Bless the food. Heavenly Father, Blessed Mother, great benevolent Spirit of the universe, thank you beyond measure for this beautiful food that sits before me, that will nourish my body and sustain me so that I can go forth for the greater good of all, living my purpose and dream. Thank you, animal spirits, for sacrificing your life to fuel my body so that I can go forth and live purpose and dream purposefully for the greater good of all. Thank you. All right, the food has been blessed. I raise the vibration level of this food to meet my body's powerful vibrational needs. It is done, it is done, it is done. And so it is. All right, so here we go. Oh yeah, see, that's cooked perfectly fine. It's not too dry and it's not too raw. So let's see here. Ready? Ready, I'm ready. It smells incredible. Mmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You guessed it, the dogs. Anyway, I must say it's absolutely delicious. I love the homemade applesauce on top. Yep, so there you have it. Ground wild boar patties with homemade organic applesauce. If you're curious about more, send me a private message, recipe or whatever. Until we meet again, I must let you go. It's time for me to feed the children. Adios!